Greetings! I hope everybody's been having a wonderful Happy Devil Day so far, and I just wanted to touch base on how Celestial Blessing works, as it is a new rewards mechanic and it can be quite confusing. I know that there are many people who are not exactly sure on how it works, or how to optimize the amount of rewards they get, or even how to choose what they should try to get. So I'm trying to clear that up for everybody. A small PSA that this might not apply to every event. Most events in the past have only had one set of rewards, and that they might not even use Celestial Blessing in the future. If they do, the same base of the tutorial might apply, but it may not be exactly the same, so you should always just use your own judgment. Or get help if you can. Now, without further ado, we're going to move on to the first part of most events, which is Nightmare. If you've participated in events in the past, you'll know how important cheat cards are to your event experience. Now, to get these cheat cards, you go into Nightmare, and you pull in the associated gacha, which is Destiny's 1 in this case, with the event. Now, to get cheat cards, they're basically the 6 URs that are listed in here, and they have a little pink subtitle that says cheat card. These cheat cards basically give you more points per clear in the event, which is really important because you need points to pull in Celestial Blessing, therefore to get more rewards. So each of these URs are going to give you 35.9 extra points per clear, and any skill up of any singular UR will give you 6. It is recommended to have as many of these as you can, as you will progress way further in the event. They are extremely important. However, if you don't have them, you can still, of course, do Celestial Blessing. However, you may not progress as far as somebody who does have cheat cards, which is completely fine. Go at your own pace and get what you can. One small note is that this is the associated gacha with the Happy Devil Day event. However, there will be 2 of them. Destiny's 1 is the one that is out as of now, or as of recording at least, and Destiny's 2 will be released on December 22nd. Destiny's 2 will be more cheat cards with the rest of the 6 characters that haven't gotten any yet. It is also recommended to pull in those if you can, and we will be getting 100 more free pulls there as well, and they will also assist you in Celestial Blessing. They are going to add on to the number of cheat cards you have now, so luckily if you don't have any, hopefully you'll get some then. Or if you do have some and you have more to pull with, you really should do it to try to get more rewards out of Celestial Blessing. So after you've hopefully pulled for some of these cards, or if you haven't, it's completely fine, you can still continue this next part with the base number. Now, what you're going to do is you're just going to go back into the event, just like any event in the past, or if you don't know, you just go there and then you click on enter, and it's going to bring you to the clears. Now there's 2 little lessons. You're going to want to do all of these. And every single day you're going to want to clear these times 3, every single one, do your video clears, to maximize the number of bouquets you get. You can only do 3 battles per level every single day. However, this adds up very quickly and is going to maximize the number of bouquets you get for Celestial Blessing. There are 2 different values up here. There's the total acquired and there's the in possession. Total acquired is going to be just how many you've gotten throughout the entire event. However, these are not at your disposal. The ones at your disposal are the ones that are in possession. If there's a difference between these numbers, that just means you spent some of the ones that were in your possession at some point, which is completely fine. I've spent a lot of mine that were acquired at some point. So I only have about 1,000 in my possession, but yours may differ. So what's going to happen is with these bouquets, you're going to go into Celestial Blessing itself. While Celestial Blessing may look a little bit unintimidating, there's quite a few layers here that will help you to determine what you want to do exactly and what you want to spend your bouquets on. So the first thing you should really be looking at are the sets. Sets are what have different rewards in them and have different boxes in them, which we'll get to a little bit later. But what you're going to want to know is that set A has a Diavolo UR, a Simeon SSR, and a Memory UR, while set B has a Lucifer UR, a Memory UR, and a Memory SSR in it. Most of all, you're probably going to want to look at whether or not you want Lucifer or Diavolo, if you could pick one. However, if you want the other things like the Santa outfits for the characters, like the backgrounds and the icons, you might want to do this box. Or if you would rather the Cat Butler icons or backgrounds, you should maybe do this one. Basically, you're going to want to pick this based on what your preferences are and what you want. You should not do anything based on what other people say you should do, just because it's preference on what you want for your account. That being said, you will be able to do both of these sets if you have enough cheat cards and get enough bouquets. So don't worry about it too much especially if you're getting a lot of cheat cards. However, first off, I'd say pick one and then go back to the other one if you have extra, just in case. Now, when you pick a set, say I pick set B, you're going to go into box details here. This is where you see your rewards. Now, you're going to notice that there are 250 rewards per box, and that one of the things per box are going to be marked with an exclamation point. This exclamation point is important because this is what you need to move on to the next box. So in this case, you need to obtain 2 times 25 shards of this memory SSR. This seems pretty easy, however, Celestial Blessing is a gacha feature, so you're going to need to go a little bit based on luck, but don't worry, eventually you will get them. It's just a matter of whether you're going to get them early or later, or even in the middle. It's either one, and it's just based on your luck. But you will get them eventually. Specifically, you're going to have to be pulling down here. Now there is a times 1 claim and up to times 10 claim on the right. As you see, I only have about 1,000 bouquets, so this is only going to give me a chance to do up to 2 claims. However, the right one will actually give you up to 10 claims at once if you would like. There is a little bit of a difference depending on what you're trying to do. For example, if you're trying to get what's in box 1 and say you don't have anything obtained at the moment, I'd say you can do 10 pulls pretty safely. The only difference is if, say, you have one out of the two and you just want to move on, like you don't want anything else in the box, and you kind of just want to get through them as fast as possible, that's when you do single pulls. Because if you do a 10 pull and say that the second set of shards for this came home on the third little pull throughout the 10, you would have wasted 7 at the end there, so I wouldn't exactly suggest doing 10 pulls every single time. However, that's up to you and what rewards you want. You don't need to speed through these. Get what you want. Don't do it based on what everyone else is doing. Get what you want, because these might not come back. You don't know. In addition to that, say you're going into box 2. Box 2 is one where there is only one item you need to move on. Now, like I said, if you're trying to speed through, I'd say only do single pulls because it'll be the most worth of your bouquets. If you're trying to get some of these backgrounds, don't worry, you can do 10 pulls. Basically, make your movements based on what you want specifically. So you may be asking, when do you recommend stopping? Because there are 5 boxes, not counting the final box, which is kind of just a limbo of random rewards. So I'd focus on the first 5 specifically. But you may be asking, when should I stop? Stop when you get what you want. You need to account for, say, your best boy is Mammon, and you want everything Mammon. You're going to want to account for the fact that you need to do both set A and set B to get the Mammon Catboy stuff and the Mammon Santa stuff. However, say you just want this Lucifer UR, you're going to want to continue up to box 4, and box 4 is where you get the URs in both of these sets. Set A is going to have the Diavolo UR, and the set B is going to have the Lucifer UR. It's completely up to you which one you want to do, but say you just want to get one copy and you're done, stop in box 4. Say that you want to max out your Lucifer UR and you are confident you can do it, go up to box 5. Box 5 is where it's going to have 7 full copies of that UR. And a UR voucher, which is pretty cool, but you might want to account for how many cheat cards you have and how far you can realistically get. You could do some simple math and you can find out how many points you'll have in the end if you don't spend anything extra. And that will help you to determine what's realistic for you in the end. However, no one else can really determine that but you and what you want to do. So I'd make a small plan before you do this even. One thing I want to make clear is that you don't have to just do one set. You can do more than one. When the second half of this event rolls around, you're going to have 100 more free pulls, of course 10 per day, and you're going to get even more cheat cards, especially if you have vouchers to do it. And that being said, they're also going to be adding chapters 3 and 4, which might be 4 levels of clears. I'm not too sure what they intend to do yet. It could still be 2, it could be 4. That being said, the second part will be pretty chaotic. I'd say if you're intending to try to get one of these things and you want to spend your D energy or DP on extra battles, I'd say wait until the end. That is the best method to do. As of recently, they announced that the cheat cards from both parts or the both gachas are going to combine. So the cheat cards you have now and the cheat cards you get when the second one comes out are going to combine to give you even more points per clear, which is why it's best for you to wait to use your D-energy and such because you'll be using it in a more efficient manner. Most of all, I'd just like to say, make a plan. That's honestly the best course of action that you can have here. If you know that your preference is to have Lucifer, you should save all your bouquets for set B right now. It's not too late to save them. You don't need to be pulling more in set A if you just want Lucifer. If you want, after you get Lucifer, you can go back to set A and continue there. It's completely up to you. Don't let people convince you to skip as soon as you get the things with exclamation point, because that's not necessarily what you want. If you're trying to be most efficient, yes, you might be advised to do that. If you just want to get your backgrounds and want to be a collector, don't skip as soon as you get everything with the exclamation point. I will say you should probably skip the fluffy stuff down here, such as your games and your watches and mugs, because while they're nice, there might not be a good use of your bouquets. But again, that's dependent on what you want. If you like getting that stuff, get it. That's really all I have about Celestial Blessing. It's pretty straightforward once you understand it, however, I understand why it is a little bit difficult to begin with. Finally, I would like to say good luck with your Celestial Blessing pulls, and I hope that you get everything you want, and good luck with your Happy Devil Day clears. Happy Devil Day, everybody! Oh, and one last thing. If you need more help, you can join our Discord at discord.gg/obey-me, or you can click the link in the pinned comment below. We have staff online around the clock to help you with anything from Celestial Blessing to game progression and card advice. Other than that, you can find friends with similar interests with ease no matter what time of day. Hope to see you there.